Thanks for tuning in. Another Joe Biden video for you today. We got a lot to talk about. Joe says it never happened. He was on Morning Joe. Isn't that funny? Joe was on Morning Joe to deny the allegations that Tara Reade made against him. I am a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. But something doesn't smell right, you know what I mean? Like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Especially when Mom called 1993. She called Larry King to say her daughter had a problem with the person that she worked for, who was an influential, definitely a person in the place of power. Because I think that if she had said Senate, he'd be toast. So anyway, that right there feels like proof. Definitely more proof than Christine Liar Ford had, that's for sure. On top of that, we also have some people that Tara Reade told about this. I think that there's like 4 people now that have come forward to say that Tara Reade told them that Joe Biden sexually assaulted her many, many years ago. So it's not like Christine Blasey Ford, who had just told her therapist like that year. So like I said, this feels like further proof that Joe Biden did this. Again, innocent until proven guilty. But Brett Kavanaugh wasn't given that, was he? Brett Kavanaugh was guilty until proven innocent, basically. And there was really no way to prove that Brett Kavanaugh didn't do what she said that he had done. That's how it's a win-win for the Democrats. Not only do you get to smear Kavanaugh's name, but you have a story that's so freaking old. Nobody can corroborate it. But that also means nobody can say that it's a lie. Except I think Leland, the girl that supposedly went to the party with Christine Blasey Ford, she said that it didn't happen. I believe it was her. Happened. Don't remember it. Never happened. So we don't have that with Tara Reade. We don't have that with the Joe Biden case. And you have to take these things seriously. I mean, even Joe Biden on Morning Joe said that the essence of what women say when they come forward like this, when they're brave enough to come forward and tell their story, the essence of what they said, we need to believe that. Hypocrite though, because I don't know if you saw this, and I'm going to try to put up some footage of what I noticed during the interview.
Did you sexually assault Tara Reade?
No, it is not true. I'm saying unequivocally, it never happened. And it didn't. It never happened.
Why not release any complaints that had been made against you during your Senate career?
I'm prepared to do that. To the best of my knowledge, there's been no complaints made against me in terms of my Senate career, in terms of my office and anything that's been run. Look, this is an open book. There's nothing for me to hide. And in every case, the truth is what matters. And in this case, the truth is the claims are false.
Or some sort of record of this might be at the University of Delaware. So, for complete transparency, why not push for the release of any documents with Tara Reade's name on them?
There was one place that she could file the complaint. And that office at the time was, all those records from that office are in the archives, and they're controlled by the Senate. It has to
Why
be.
Is it real for Dr. Ford, but not for Tara Reade?
Because the facts are, look, I'm not suggesting she had no right to come forward, and I'm not saying any woman, they should come forward, they should be heard, and then it should be believed, but ultimately the truth matters. The truth matters. Claims are not true. There's no they're not true.
Absolutely positive there is no record of any complaint by Tara Reade against you.
I am absolutely positive that no one that I'm aware of ever has been made aware of any complaint, a formal complaint made by, or a complaint by Tara Reade against me.
Of Delaware records. Do you agree with the reporting that those records were supposed to be revealed to the public and then they were resealed for a longer period of time until after you leave, quote, public life? And if you agree with that, if that's what happened, why did that happen?
Because, look.
Why not do a search for Tara Reade's name in the University of Delaware records?
Look, I mean, who does that search? She said she filed a report. She has her employment records still. She said she filed a report with the only office that would have a report in the United States Senate at the time. If the report was ever filed, it was filed there. Period.
If you could speak directly to Tara Reade about her claims or anything, what would you say?
I would.
Blink, blink, blink.
This never
Blinkety, blink,
ever
blink,
happened.
blink.
I don't know what
Blink,
is motivating
blink,
her.
blink.
I don't know what's behind any of it. But it's irrelevant. It never happened. It never happened.
Blink,
Period.
blink,
I'm
blink.
not going to start questioning.
Something that I really picked up on is he blinked a lot. A lot. When he talked about Tara Reade specifically, when he blinked an awful lot when he talked about Delaware University or the university records being sealed. Strangely. Why were they sealed? I don't know. But that to me just reeks of guilt. Right? I mean, why can't we see these records? I really hope somebody pushes this. Senate, I am looking at you. Senate. Get off your asses and hold a hearing. Hold a hearing for a man who could become our president. We need answers to specific things. Morning Joe is not good enough. I think she filed the complaint. I think it went to her boss. And I think it didn't go any further than that. Why? Because he's a powerful man. Not all allegations make it to the top, funnily enough. So I do believe that that paperwork existed at one point. And there's a very good possibility that's in the university records that Joe Biden will not release. And that for whatever reason, somebody decided to seal up in 2019. Did they get wind of Tara Reade coming out and she was going to tell people what happened? So they preemptive strike, go in there, make sure that nobody can get in there to, I don't know, further corroborate what she had to say, because you are done, Joe Biden. If they had this paperwork on you, you are done. Should be done anyway, because I don't believe you, man. I want to believe you. It's really, really hard to. You were blinking like crazy, Joe. Oh, wow. A big tell that people have in poker or just in life in general is when they're lying, they blink and blink and blink. Blinking more than what is normal for them in conversation. You will notice at certain points in Joe Biden's interview with Morning Joe that he blinks like crazy, like he's got something in his eye, and that is a tell. That's somebody that's uncomfortable about what he's saying, probably because he's lying. Either that or he doesn't like what they have to say. I feel as though the evidence is just piling up on this guy, and you know, maybe his time is limited. We will see. Again, I don't want to be somebody that doesn't give somebody due process. It's not what I believe in. It's not how we roll in America. You are innocent until proven guilty. What do we have to say about the evidence that's piled up? Dems, Kristen Gillibrand, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, all of you Dems, you're hypocrites. You're disgusting hypocrites. Believe all women, unless, you know, they're saying something against the guy that you want to have run for president. Believe all women. Unless they're making accusations against the left or Democrats. I gotta admire them for sticking together. They did that pretty much throughout the whole entire impeachment, and they've done that throughout Trump's presidency, making his life a living hell about many, many different things. They're not even trying to hide it from you anymore. They're not trying to hide their bias. They're not trying to hide their hypocrisy. So again, I ask you to wake up. If you're not already awake, how could you possibly continue to stay asleep when the truth is right in front of you? Just, Joe Biden is Joe Biden. That is defense, I guess, for him. I don't know. Nancy Pelosi, I really feel as she's like losing it. And she's the first female speaker of the House. What an example she makes. Oh my God. There's a possibility we'll never have another female speaker of the House if they're going to be as ineffectual and babbling as Nancy Pelosi. It's embarrassing to be a woman and have Nancy Pelosi be somebody that represents your gender. I want you to look at the tape. I want you to decide for yourself. Is Joe Biden hiding something? Did Joe Biden do this? Is blinking a lot a tell? You tell me. Make up your mind. Don't let me think for you. That would just be wrong. And that's not what my channel is about. I want you to think critically for yourself. For me, it's really no question in my mind that this happened. The only question that I do have is whether or not Joe Biden even remembers what he did. Because that's a possibility too. He barely remembers like where he is, or what day it is, or what he's even doing. So how could we expect him to remember something that happened in 1993? Honestly, like, much as it begrudges me to say, I think that Mika actually did a pretty good job. There were some things that I really wish that she'd brought up, such as the Larry King phone call. That would have been nice. And the 3 or 4 people that have corroborated Tara Reade's story. I would have liked her to have pushed that. But I appreciate the questions that she did ask. They were very good. As a woman, maybe she felt like she wants to get to the bottom of this. And it doesn't matter if she's on the left or the right. These things don't matter. This is about humanity. And I think that Mika did a good job. So thumbs up, Mika. I do wish that you had asked him a little bit more, pressed him a little bit more. But as somebody that doesn't enjoy your programming or your channel that you're on, I give you props. You did good. So thanks for being the first one to actually confront him about this. I'm hoping that we get many more interviews to come, because this needs to be talked about, and I don't think it's going away. Sorry, Dems, I don't think it's going away. Really, really think that there's something to this. I thought about that before, just based on hearing her voice, hearing how she delivered the story, hearing how specific the details were. As somebody that has experienced trauma themselves, you can usually tell when a fellow trauma victim is talking about something that actually happened to them. So Tara, I don't think you'll ever see this, but if you do see this, I believe you. I think this really did happen to you, and I'm sorry that it happened to you. Mainly, I just want to say that Joe Biden, if you did do this, come clean. Just say this was a different time. You're sorry about it. You respect women. And this was just because you had a place of power and you had women maybe let you do that. This is something that I've been saying on Twitter because people seem to want to defend Joe Biden's actions or the allegations against him. They want to defend his behavior by saying, well, Trump did it, so it's okay. It's not okay because Trump did it. And also, what happened to those 27 women? Where'd they go? How many of them had to pay money to Trump for lying? There's a few. And then the rest of them just disappeared back into the woodwork from whence they came. I believe Tara. I never believed Christine Blasey Ford. Tara's record of what happened is terrifying. Tara Reade's account of what happened was much, much worse. That was like rape. That's rape. When a guy does that and he actually like penetrates you with any sort of appendage that he has, that's basically rape. And that's a lot worse than what Kavanaugh supposedly did. So we should be taking this even more seriously, honestly. We need to do a Senate hearing. We need an inquisition, basically. We need the Republicans to be just as thorough investigating this as the Democrats were investigating Kavanaugh. If you agree with me, give me a like. Woo! Comment down below. That would be wonderful. I always like to hear what other people have to say, especially if you disagree with me. Let's have a little conversation. If you like my content, please check out some of my playlists. I have the Red Pill list. So if you're interested in any of that, check out some of my other videos. And please subscribe if you would like to see more content. Thank you for watching. God bless America. And I will see you next time.